Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the second day of preparing for the I Am Not a GM event. It's quite late in the night, but I said, well, it's important to keep this practice going. What we are doing, what we did yesterday was very good. Especially, I felt a lot more confident preparing for the first day. And if we manage to keep this going, then at least, at the very least, I don't know if I would win or lose, but at the very least, I would become a better chess player. So that's the reason why I'm back here today. A lot of people were saying that I should play the title Tuesday, but I believe that I'm not yet ready, at least energetically. It's also quite late in the night. Uh, and I think maybe we could do it the next or the next Tuesday. I mean, we have two more Tuesdays, I think, before that happens, and I would definitely want to play in one of them so that I have some practice. But for now, let's begin step by step, not rush ahead of ourselves. And let's do that. Yeah. I just finished a stream with Vidit on Graphy, and that was very interesting. And so now I'm back here. So let's start with the game. Shall we begin with the 5+1 game? Because I have to play 5+1 games, 3+1, and 1+1. So let's begin with the 5+1 games. Uh, and select time and play. Custom time 5+1. I think that makes sense. Oh, Padma. Same opponent again. Should I play? I think we played yesterday, Padmash. I would like to play with some new players. Let's see. Or okay, Rizzy 1708. Let's start with D4, D5, C4. Tactics before the game, yeah. Okay, maybe first a couple of games, then tactics also could be a good idea. E4. The main thing here that I want to achieve today is not get under time pressure. Whoever is my opponent, be it a very strong player, be it a weak player, whoever it is, would like not to get under time pressure. Knight to c3. Okay, I have a good center control, and generally the way he has played is not so great. Okay, I think I can go f3. Bishop h5. Let's finish our development. Bishop e3. Queen b3 is also possible. It's actually an interesting move, yeah. Queen b3. There's also another way to play this position, g4 followed by h4, gaining more space. I like it actually, g4. Because if knight g4 doesn't really work, I go h4. The idea is now h5, g5. Play slightly aggressively, knight to h3 with the idea of knight f4. Okay, shall we go e5 here? But e5 unnecessarily. Let's go knight f4. In the worst case, we'll get the bishop pair. We can make this pre-move just in case. I'm looking at maybe queen d2 or queen b3. Both these moves look interesting. Everyone's saying play title Tuesday. Um, okay, this is not a good move. I take. How should we continue? Maybe I can take on e5, knight e5, f4, but then he gets the g4 square. So let's just put our bishop on a nice square. I like this h3 square a lot. I'm also thinking if we can do like d5 because it kind of limits all his pieces. But I want to keep things fluid as well. What do you think? Yeah, I don't like ed4, bishop d4, knight e5. You know, he gets his knight on the center of the board. So, but at the same time, d5 looks slightly suspect. But I'll still do it. The reason is maybe not the best, not the best. Because he gets knight a6, knight c5, he gets all these squares. Okay, bishop c5 looks good. Maybe queen d2. He can castle here. Most probably, castling is not a bad idea. Castles bishop e2. I think black is doing okay. I just didn't play so well in this position. Right now, my main edge is my superior pawn structure, but also I have to figure out how to generate play here. Oof, what's this? It's just a free bishop. Okay, this just wins. I think he can resign here. Okay, with an extra piece, the entire position just changes. It's just simply better for me. Queen d6. I wanted to play f4. First, I'll go king b1. Keep my king safe. b5 seems good. Yes. I know I can play stronger players and all of it, but guys, let's take it step by step. Let's take it step by step. You will reach there. Yeah, take on c7. Also d6, bishop c4 was good. Should I go d6 here? Knight e6 already looks good, but also d6 just pretty strong. I mean, the queen doesn't have too many good squares to go to. Queen d8, queen f8. Could be many ways to play here. I like knight d5. Actually, it looks good. The point is, if queen d6, there is knight f6. And if knight d5, I have queen d5. So seems like a good way to get rid of his pieces. even even Raja's grandmother can beat these moves. That's what you're saying. Um. Okay, let's pick this up. Okay, knight e7 check. King h7 is forced. Yeah. Now can I go rook c1? Rook takes c1, rook takes c1, and then try to infiltrate. Okay, he'll take on f3. I was thinking if rook c8 is good here, or just okay. Let's go rook c8. Then there's rook f1, queen f7. That doesn't look so great. How do we finish him off? Okay, I can just save my bishop. Maybe I can pick up this pawn here. It's a free pawn. And then I can go queen d5, queen e6. Rook h3. Okay, queen d5. Okay, I won this game. Nothing special as such because the opponent was okay. But let's look at how we could have improved our play. I think this is always the important part. Whenever you play, it's very important to analyze those games. And I'll just yeah, so my game because there was this one critical moment where I couldn't decide whether I should be taking on e5 or should I be pushing d5, and that was the point which I want to look at. So let me bring the board here. Yeah, so this is the game. And yeah, let me look at some other pieces. Yeah, let's go with the normal pieces. So d4, d5, c4. Yeah, of course, all this opening he played all quite stupid. f6, knight c3, bg4, f3. Yeah, I was looking at queen b3. Then I thought maybe queen d4, but I should start playing more. How do you say? Confrontational chess. I mean, calculate better. f3, bishop e3, g4. So it was all aggressive, but 2h3, knight f4. Knight g6, fg6. And yeah, here this was the moment where I had to decide. So of course, for me, natural was to take. But I didn't like that this was weak. But then bishop e2 is a good move. Okay. And if he goes knight c6, now I can go f4. Correct. And then if he goes here, I can just simply win a pawn. Right. So maybe taking on e5 was the correct way. d5. Not so good. So you see a +4 position came down to +1. I didn't like d5. Bishop c5, queen d2, castles, bishop e. Okay, you just blundered here. Because now I think black was doing fine, right? He could go bishop e3, queen e3, maybe knight b6, knight d7. Yeah, he could have done better. But then once he blundered a piece, I think the rest was pretty simple. Take d6. Yeah. Okay, not special. Nothing special, but nothing bad. I'm going to save this. And let's go for the next game. Maybe play a 3+1. Um, Maybe I get someone stronger. Advait. Okay, e4, e5. Knight f3, knight c6. Well, I could play Karo Khan as well, but ooh, this is something that I must be careful about. Okay, takes. Knight takes. What should I do? Scotch is something that I have to prepare. It's good that it happened today. Check. Bishop c5. It's one of the lines that... And now knight c6, so I go back here. Bishop e2. Okay, knight to e7. I could also play knight f6 there. Actually, knight f6 would have been better. Should I go d5 already? Okay, let's... It's castle c4, yeah. Maybe it's already time to play d5. Ed, knight d5, knight c6, bc6. Bishop c6. Okay, let's castle. I mean... Oh, knight takes c6. Again, a question. Should I take with the d pawn, b pawn, or the knight? All look good. I think I'll take with the b pawn. No, this is not great. This is not great because I can take it, improves my structure, and next I go d5. I feel like this is already equal for... Okay, I should play faster. That's the point. Yeah, that's the point of the training as well. Bishop f5, d3, bishop g6. What's wrong with these guys? Do they think like I'm some kind of a beginner or something? It's like the player they just give up a piece. Advait 30 says I'm not used to this. Yeah, I understand. Ah, okay. He was making arrows. It became a pre-move. Okay. Shall I go knight f4? I think I can go queen g4. g3. There is knight h3 check. Take. And maybe knight here. And then I can just put my knight on e6, saving everything. That's over, I think. Yeah, everything is controlled. Next, rook d8. Take. Preparing f5. Take. Okay, take knight h5. b5, knight g7, or do we continue? I don't know, just wait. Because if king d5, I have king d7, a4, knight g3, king d6, somehow triangulate, get space. It's tricky. Oh, to check. Now I save, control everything here. h5, let's go with the king that side. a5, ba, knight c2. Guys, I have to play fast. That was just horrible. That was just horrible. Okay, let's have a look at the game and let's try to understand how to play better, because just played pretty poorly. I mean, the game was okay. Okay, so first of all, this entire thing with bishop b4, bishop c5, bishop e3 goes back, bishop e2. Yeah, now I should have gone knight f6. So I think bishop e2 is not good. Maybe he should have gone knight f5. This is the main line. And then g6, bishop b6, a b6, knight e3, knight f6, f3, castles. And yeah, I do know that there is one move like d5 here, which causes complete chaos. Like cd, there are some games here already. Knight e4. Because if you take here, oops, sorry, queen h4 check is powerful, but usually they'll take back, check, king e2, take on e4. Maybe not the best line to go for. I should find something against the Scotch. That is important. I don't know what, but let's do something. Yeah, let's ask surveys here on chessbase. Okay, here there's already a survey, which is knight f6. This is too complicated sometimes. I feel like take and e5, and you have to know like tons of theory. So I didn't want to go for this, and it's very complicated. Yeah, directly bishop c5 is another option here, and then knight c6, queen f6. This is also one way in which I can play. I'm not sure what should I go for here. This is one thing. I mean, I have in the past gone check here and back, but then these positions are usually slightly better for white. I will work on this. Okay, in the game, I just want to understand where I could have take knight d2, d5, queen c2, bishop f5. I think this entire thing here, he should have played knight e7 c4. Yeah, exactly. c4 was the better move. When he played this, take d5, takes bishop f5. I think I'm already fine. And yeah, he blundered here because he was making arrows. And yeah, this, I think everything was done okay. But the fact that he kept fighting was good. I think f5 I should have gone here already. CB, AB, C5. Yeah, that was also good. CB, AB, C5. Knight H5, B5. He's just trying to make him run out of moves. A4. Played King E3. Yeah, this became slightly risky. I thought the king cannot enter, so I played this. Yeah, now take on f5, but okay, I went here. A5, B8, C5, knight C2, A4, here, A3. Yeah, I was thinking of doing this. And then this. Just somehow messed it up. Because here, knight B8, and then king A7. Or even here, I can just go A2. takes queen, and this should be easy to convert. Say something like check, king here, king goes wherever, I can take c4. Okay, this was also not winning. In the end, he could have given this check and won the knight. Okay, interesting. Let's save this. Guys, no matter if you win or lose, analyzing a game is important. Let's go and play one more game. Although I would like to play from the software rather than the browser. Sir, what is your latest ELO and is it still valid? 2407 Vishal. It's valid. Yeah, it will be valid entire lifetime. Although I do become inactive if I don't play for a year, it seems. Akshay Nathu says, imagine guys, Eric Rosen opens with London, Sagar Bhai plays h5, Eric plays e3, and then read in Anup Soni voice, उस बेचारे को पता ही नहीं था कि वो अपने जाल में फंसने वाला, इसलिए सतर्क. I don't think anything of that sort will happen. Okay, let me bring this here. Brainwaves Chess Club says, please shout out. We have also made a video on first chess tournament in India after lockdown held at Rehli, Madhya Pradesh. Shout out, Brainwaves. Okay, I want to put this up here. Playing here is more comfortable than the browser, at least for me. And I'll play a 3+1 again. Play some. Also, I should practice sometimes on chess.com because that's where the tournament will be held. How about oh, CB is playing. Okay, let's see. D4, C4, knight F3, knight to C3. Guys, can you see the game? Oh, you can't see the game. 1 second. Now you can. Bishop G5, E3. It's one of my favorite openings against the King's Indian. Castles, Bishop E2. E5 castles. Okay, let's calculate well. Sometimes I believe that it doesn't matter who your opponent is. If you can calculate well, you're already improving. Of course, if you play stronger opponents, much better. But if I can look at all the moves that are happening in the position, if I can calculate well, already improving. So take on d4. I would like to take with the knight. I can also take with the pawn, but okay, taking with the knight, which brings my knight to a good square. Next, I want to go queen c2. Put my f rook to d1, c rook, a rook to c1. Okay, c6. Let's go here and put pressure on d6 pawn. I like my position. But of course, black is very solid in general. Also, I like how I have played with my time here. I mean, my opponent has played pretty slow. I would like to play bishop f4 now. I think bishop f4 makes a lot of sense. Putting pressure down here, he has to go knight e5. I think knight e5 is a good move. And then I could think of playing b4. b4, knight b3, c5. Yeah. Okay, let's go b4. Also, I can think of playing b5. Yeah, but now don't you think c5 is an issue for you? Knight a4. I think knight a4 seems pretty strong. Looking at c5. b5, that seems to drop a pawn. Takes. See, there's this queen hanging here. Should take with the bishop or take with the knight. I think taking with the knight seems much better, because then knight d6 is also a threat. Queen b8. Should I go knight d6? That seems good. Attacks the rook. It's just very strong, but let's finish him well. I think next move I can go knight c8. Oh, rook d8 means bishop e5 hangs. c8. Knight c8. Knight c5 is also possible. I think just Mr. Pink says super chat to distract Sarah. Okay, that was decent game. Sibi was slightly worried there, I think, playing against me. I know him. He is an Android developer and a very avid chess fan. So sometimes playing against the people you know makes it slightly more difficult to play, it seems. Yeah, so I I guess this is all okay. I was confused whether to take here with the pawn or with the knight. This was one thing, and I think taking with the pawn is also a good idea, I believe. Let's ask Stockfish. Yeah, pawn takes is also good. So you see both moves are okay. I played ED, knight d4, sorry, rook e8, queen c2, c6, rook f d1. Bishop f4, knight e5. I played b4, a6. And now I don't know, maybe I should have just played rook a b1, rook a c1. This knight a4 was maybe not the best. c5 is recommended, but take. And knight f3. Yeah, I think white is better here because this pin here and knight f3, bishop f3 should give white an advantage. Okay, b5, take, knight b5, and 96. Just game over. Okay, cool, fine. That was a decent game. Let's play one. 3 plus. Should we play 1+1 or 3+1? 1+1. Okay, let's go for 1+1. A few games. I also want to pump up my rating on Leeches because there I saw also Eric playing. He has a very high rating. He has around 2500 elo. So that could be one way to work on it. But let me just this here. Can make my formula a little bit more open-ended. Okay, let's play 3+1 or 1+1. I don't know. Look at this. Okay. Let's play with Akshay Mohan. He has always been watching all the swords, and let's start with knight f3, g3, bishop g2, castles. Okay. C4, and I can play take and d4. This kind of transposes into some kind of a Tarash. Knight to c3, bishop g5, putting pressure. Do you think d5 is hanging there? Because dc, bc, knight d5. Okay, bishop f6, could be possible. Bishop f6, queen f6, nd5, queen b2. I guess I'm already slightly better there. Let's go for that line. I guess take. Maybe he takes with the bishop, but then I don't need to take on f6. Go knight d4 and play that position. If he plays bc, then I already feel I'm slightly better there. Ah, yeah, bishop c5. Maybe just knight d4. Now I believe that uh, d5 is hanging. But should I take with the bishop or should I take with the knight? I'll take with the knight. Already knight f6 is a threat. Take. I believe that knight c6 could be a threat. Knight c6, queen e8. Let's think. Knight c6, queen e8, knight a7, rook d8, knight c6 back. Kind of like it. Let's try it. Go knight c6. I know it takes a bit of risk here. Queen c7, I thought there is b4 or maybe just bishop f4 looks strong. Queen e8, knight a7, knight d5, knight c8. If now rook moves, say rook c7, I have knight b5, knight d5, queen d5. Yeah, that's good. Bishop f4 here. I think it's lost now because now I have knight e7 check. Or better is to take bishop f7. That looks even stronger. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I need to first of all manage my time better, and then I need to make sure that I play well. Both of this, if I can handle, well, isn't that the secret of winning? Yeah. Anyway, so seems like the secret. So Akshay, I think what went wrong is basically after take on d5, ed, d4, b6. I think b6 is not a good move. Knight c6 should have been preferred. Yeah, b6 already gave me knight c3, bg5, castles. Take, bishop takes. Yeah, and here actually my calculation was bc, bishop takes, queen takes, knight d5, and yeah, you can't take here because of rook b1 and this is hanging. So already the position was pretty bad. So bishop takes, knight d4, knight d7. Okay, free pawn. I liked okay, bishop b7 was stronger. What if rook c7? Then you go back, and then knight b5 or bishop f4. Knight c6. I thought queen e8. Then I thought knight a7 is strong. Like if you go rook, this was my calculation. But queen c7 is a good move because if you go queen b7, I have knight e7 winning the queen. And he played bd6. Now there were two ways to win. One was knight e7. You can't take because queen is hanging. Otherwise, yeah, this was I think the simplest because this and means yeah. Okay, cool. Um, Akshay, don't worry. You tried your best, and it happens. Sometimes you play well, sometimes you don't. I'll just try to see if someone accepts my 1+1 games. If they do, then I'll play a couple of them and then we'll solve a few positions. Or maybe I can try playing one. Vivaswan Damle says, all the best, Sagar. By daily super chat won't be possible, so consider this as an annuity of wishes. Thank you, Vivaswan. Don't super chat. Thank you so much for your wishes. Very, very kind of you. I was thinking if I can play 1+0 well, then I can also play 1+1. Okay. Yeah, there is e4. Oh, he just aborted. This is good. d4, knight f6, bishop f4, e6, e5, bishop d6, castles, c5. e6. Okay, let's focus. Let's focus. Let's focus. Queen c7, putting pressure. f4, knight c6. Fine. Okay, I have a trap here. No, no, not this. Let's put a trap. Uh, how should we play this? b6 maybe. Oh, faster, faster, faster. Take. That was the trap. See, you lose the queen. Take, take. Queen g2. Thank you, Srinjoy Pal, for becoming a member. Let's analyze this game. I was so close I just lost on time there, but okay. Pre-move, yeah, I have to pre-move. I have to do more pre-moves, that is for sure. C5, A6, A4, Queen C7. Ah, CD was already winning, yeah. CD, ED, Bishop B4, Queen D2, Knight E4. Ooh, so that was already strong. Knight C6, Bishop E2, B6 was okay. That was played for the trap. I thought a lot for what to play. It worked. Okay, takes. Now this is where I should be more careful. Yeah, like here is where I should finish off my opponents. Just give a lot of time. Maybe here take, take, and rook d8. Very solid. Bishop d5, knight e3, queen b7. Yeah, I could have taken the pawn. I mean, my point was if you go bd6, queen d7, it's seen this. Okay, here, rook d8. I should have checkmated in 1g2. Okay. This game was not bad quality wise, but of course it was for a 1 minute game, it was decent. Okay, let's play one more. 1 minute. Making sure that you guys can see the game. Yeah, d4, knight f6. I have 10 seconds less. e6, d5, French. Knight d7. Come on, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Knight c6. Take. It's supposed to be pretty okay, yeah, for me. Should I go knight b4? Take this guy. Bishop e7. c5. d4 castles. Okay, let's take queen b6. d7, exchange the queens, go into the endgame. Let's play faster. ab, look here, look f3, b5, c5 with the idea of rook c8, knight e2, take the pawn. Okay, I have recovered on time. Let's play fast. Okay, f4, rook c8, rook c3, take, take, check. Okay, rook d3, take. Okay, didn't lose on time. Didn't lose on time, and it was not bad. The game was okay. Let's analyze this game. As I said, it's very important to just make sure you quickly go through the game and see if there's something that you can learn out of it. It doesn't matter even if it's a 1 minute game. It's just a habit. d5, e5, knight d7, f4, c5, takes. I know I could have played better here. Just a little bit concerned. Yeah, here taking on g5, maybe not best. b6 with the idea of bishop a6 should be good. And then rook c8. Bishop g5, fg, queen b6. Yeah, and he could have played bishop e3 here. I would have gone back and then take, queen takes, knight takes, something like that. Played a3. Yeah, here knight c4, of course. I don't know what. I just played this. d4 would have won a pawn. Yeah, I'm just getting a bit like zoned out. I'm not able to calculate well when there's less time. So need to speed up there. Okay. Harshdeep Rana, thank you so much for your super chat. It's like when I practice here, it's like a mortal who's not a good player, like a decent player who's trying to get better each day. That's the way I would look at this. um okay, 10 seconds go in setting up the OBS, so I usually have 10 seconds less, but it's okay. Into castles, b3, bishop b2, knight e4. Okay, let's try this. Looks slightly. Shikhar Narang, thank you so much for your raid and also for making a wonderful video. How do I continue? Maybe f3. Take queen g5, cd, king h1. This is what I wanted. c2. Not a great game. Not a great game, of course, but let's analyze this where we could have improved. Yeah. Knight c3, knight f6, bishop e2, bishop d6, castles, castles, b3, knight d7. Yeah, it's just a practical choice to take. Take knight e5, takes. And yeah, here f3 maybe not the best. Okay, take, queen g5. Took here. and he should take back on d5 because taking this pawn only helps me. Yeah, nice move. Yeah, by the way, queen c2. He could have gone bishop b6, but then bishop a3. This was blunder. Oh, yeah, this was a good way to finish. If he had gone to e8, I could have played queen f7, king d8, check, and take on e8. Okay. Let's try to solve some positions, yeah, before we end today. Uh, so I would like you to solve with me. Yeah, it's the one. Let's solve a few tactics. Okay, white to play. What would you play here? Yeah, knight g5 is the correct move. Yeah, attacks the bishop. Also, h7 is hanging. So just take this. Let's go to the next one. White to move here. Pretty simple. Queen f6. Let's go to the next one. Black to move. Check on a1. Bishop controls that square. Okay, our rooks, both rooks are hanging. Rook g2, ba4. That doesn't seem to work. Rook a2. What should we do here? Because g8 is also hanging, a4 is also hanging. Both are hanging. If I play rook g2, ba4, rook c2. Oh wow. Look at this, guys. Rook g2. But it doesn't seem to work. No, he has rook h8 check at the end. So rook g2, ba, rook c2, rook h8 check. Because if he goes bishop b3, I have rook c1 check, bishop d1, rook d1, king d1, knight f2. Then pick up that rook. Check, king e7. Calculate. Let's calculate better. Shall we play rook a2? Oh, rook a5. No, that seems okay. Rook a5, bishop c7, rook a1. Oh, rook a5 just does the trick. I think so. Yeah. Bishop c7, rook a1. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, queen is attacked. How about queen e8 attacks the knight, and then knight takes b5. So knight is attacked, knight takes b5 as well here. Okay, knight takes g2. How do we finish him off? Knight a5 check, ba, rook b3 check, king a6, queen c8 check, bishop b7, knight a5, ba, rook b3, king a6. King a6, I think I have to find something here. Queen, queen c8, bishop b7. No, queen c8 doesn't work. Can't find the mate. Maybe bishop c3 just, yeah, that should be good. So like uh, knight a5, ba, rook b3, king a6, bishop c3. Then if you give, you have no checks, and then I'm threatening queen a5. Should do the trick, yeah. Check, check, and bishop c3. No, not good. Is it good? It should be, right? There's no way to defend a5, yeah. So that's a good move. I mean, I was looking at queen c8, but after bishop b7 couldn't find one. So I think bishop c3 is a good move. Okay, how do you continue here? I mean, there's some ideas here. Queen g7, king g7, e6, but that doesn't seem to do much. Just goes back king g8. Queen f8 also doesn't. How do we continue here? e6. Really? Does that work? e6, rook f7, ef7, threatening f8 queen. Oh, he cannot stop the queen or what? No, he can play queen c8. Queen c8 can be met with knight d6. Knight d6, queen c5, no? I can't believe that that could work, no? But it seems very concrete. Knight d6, queen c5, king. Where should the king go? e6 doesn't seem like a good move, right, guys? Or is it? e6, rook f7, ef. I guess the only way to stop is to play queen c8, right? Knight d6, queen c5, king f1, queen d6, rook e8, mate. Man, can't believe this. Okay, this seems to work. e6, takes. c3 I didn't think about. c3. Oh, c3. But bishop c3? And now he wants to do this, huh? Smart guy. so that he is this bishop a. Oh, this side. This is cool defense, no? Cool defense. Because now if I go knight d6, queen c5, check, king f1, bishop a6, should be trouble for me. Oh no. Even that is good, huh? Queen c4, bishop a6, king g2. Just bishop b7, knight b7. Because knight, if I don't go knight d6, what else can I do? I think it's playable still. Knight d6, queen c5, check, king f1, bishop a6, king g2. Also, knight d6, queen c3 should be checked carefully, because after rook e8 check, bishop f8, rook f8, king g7. Ah, there's rook g8. Okay, 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 okay. So knight d6, queen c5, king f1, bishop a6, king g2. Somehow the king is so exposed. Bishop b7 check, knight b7, queen c3. And that's what I think. Should draw or should I win? Knight f6, I don't think should work here. Knight d6, check. King f1 only move, right? Check. Now king g2 only move. He goes bishop b7 check now. I think bishop b7 is the most accurate move. So if I take knight b7, then there's queen c3. Yeah. Do I make a draw? Do I draw the game? Make a draw is not correct. Yeah, that's wrong English. I was told by an English teacher on a mail that make a draw is a wrong English. I think just king f1. I have to, because if I go knight b7, queen c3, rook e8, bishop f8, rook f8, king g7. That's just not great. So draw. Yeah, sometimes you have to take a draw. Okay, let's go here. Bishop d6, knight d6, knight b6. So many possibilities, but let's calculate. Knight b6, knight takes b6, a b6. Maybe bishop b7 is also an option. So the candidate moves are bishop b7, knight b6, knight d6, a6. Let's check. Knight d6 looks very tempting, because if knight d6, queen d6, queen d6, bishop d6, that is one way of playing. But knight d6, b takes c6 is possible. Then I have rook c6. You can't take, as of queen b7 mate. These are the kinds of positions which are very difficult, at least for me. Just don't understand what's happening. So knight b6, ab6, ab6 looks pretty strong. What do you think? I like knight b6. Oh, hello Abdul. Welcome. I was just switched off from the chat. Can we go knight b6? Queen b7, rook b7, a6 looks a bit too much. Should be possible, no? Could be an idea. Could be an idea because then you play a b7, you play knight, bishop d6 threat. If queen b7 is the answer, it would be crazy. Crazy. Yeah, knight b6 looks good, but also queen b7, rook b7, a6 looks very tempting to me all of a sudden. I don't see like a defense totally. Let's try it. Yeah, knight b6 was the best. But we'll look at why queen b7 doesn't work. Just got tempted there too. Okay, bishop b7, rook b7, that's not so great. Queen a4 check, king b8. How do you continue? Or just play queen d6? Queen d6, queen d6, bishop d6. Then just moves the rook. I don't see that as a great idea. Queen a4 check, king b8. Or just queen b6, take the pawn. bc, just play rook c6. Rook c8 cannot be a good idea. Queen a6, yeah, that looks good. Queen b6, just king b8. Okay. How about bishop b7 now? Rook b7, queen d8, rook c1, queen d8. Oh, rook c2 check. Bishop b7, rook c2, rook c2, queen b6. That doesn't look good. Bishop. What should I play there? He's threatening this rook if I move the bishop, rook c2 ideas. So I don't need to move the rook. What should I do otherwise? Maybe rook c4 with the idea of rook a4. Rook c4 with the idea of rook a4 seems okay. Yeah, I think so. Nice. Nice. But let's look at this, no? Why queen b7 doesn't work? Or it's just bad. Take. It's not so clear. It's not so clear. It leads to complicated position. Even says white is somewhat better. king b8, ab, and now he must play bishop f8. So if he moves his knight, bd6 is just finishing him off. I believe that for, I mean, a position with under time pressure or something, this can be a very tough one for black to hold. Okay, let's do one last one before moving on. Black to play. Yeah, how about trapping the queen, no? Knight c3, bc3, b6. That seems pretty good. b6, knight f3, rook h7 back just. Yeah, cool, no? Knight c3. Cool. Okay, and before we leave the day today, let's just make sure that we solve a tactic study, which is usually supposed to be tough, but we are not afraid of tough things because we want to improve. Let's look at this one. What is this? No, this Brooks. I wanted to. Okay, let's go for it. No, not this. Not such. Okay, I shouldn't be choosing. Okay, let's look at this one. So the question is, what happens if I push my pawn to g7, rook takes g7, check. Okay, so first move I give a check on c3. Where will he go with his king? Bishop c3 check. He will go to e7. Okay, then I go g7, threatening g8. Then he goes king f7. So which check first? That is the question. Bishop d8 check or bishop c3? Because bishop d8 check, king e6. g7, king f7. Bishop c3, king e6, g7, king f7 back. I don't even see the logic of how to play for something here as white. Bishop d8, king e6. Guys, try to think. Studies are usually very good for calculation, improving your calculation. Can I play for stalemate? Yeah, that's the idea. Okay, let's do this. So bishop c3 check, king e6, g7, king f7. Okay, easy. Now threatening a checkmate there. If I make a queen, rook g8, it is a stalemate, but I have a bishop. Oof. Ooh, got it. Got it. Bishop d8 check, king e6. Now g7, king f7, bishop g5. If you take with the bishop, queen and check, rook g5, g8 queen, rook g8 draw. Check. This is my calculation. g7. Is bishop g5 first good, or should I go? I mean, g7 looks good. Of course, that seems like a draw. But I'm just thinking if bishop g5 also works here. No, but bishop possibly. I think it works. Bishop g5. But okay, g7, king f7, bishop g5. This is the trick. Queen and stalemate. Let's look at the notation. Just let's look at analysis here. Does this work? No. Why? Because of take g7, and now it seems like the only move. There's also check. Also check. But check, I thought. Check and king g6. Yeah, check, I thought there is this. So king f6 is actually the only move. It's not easy because if you make a queen, there is mate. So you must make a knight. Then knight is not enough. Like I can just play king f7. Right, got it. So subtle. King f6 had to be found. Where Atul says rook h5, rook h6 mate. Where here? Oh, check, and mate. It's just mate. So this is also winning, rook h5. Okay, so basically it just wasn't working. You have to first go g7 and then you go this, and then it all works out well. Okay, fantastic. Guys, this was today's practice session. Pretty intense. Also, I'm trying to figure out a way in which I can face better opponents. So I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, I have to make sure that I improve. I also have an account on Chess, and I think my rating is close to 2100 or 2200. I should get that up. I think maybe playing on Chess is a good idea as well. But okay, that is for tomorrow. Until then, thank you all for supporting me, for being there, for learning with me, for improving with me. If there's anything else, please let me know. I was not ready for Title Tuesday today. It is very long and it also, I was very tired. So I think it's better if I play it next Tuesday. So thank you so much for all the support and let's continue this. If you look at the thumbnail, by the way, guys, I'm very smart. Uh, See, this thumbnail here has now a leaf that is grown. So if you see, this day one, it had no leaf. You see, now it has leaf. So every day it will grow a bit by bit. That's the plan. Also, do check out this very nice video. I think one of the finest videos we have made in terms of vlog, which is Suhani versus Karan. They played against each other. I met them in person. It was fantastic. Great people. So check this out. Tomorrow it'll premiere at 7. Two wonderful individuals. And yeah. The idea is to put one leaf every day, and then at the end of it there should be a tree. At least I should improve. That's the idea. But okay, guys, take care. Thank you so much once again. Because of you, I'm actually seriously preparing for this event, and I hope to get better each day. Until then, take care. Bye bye. See you.